Hi, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Inspiring Penny. Today I have Ray Boutin with me. He is the broker owner of Performance Realty here in Carlisle. If you know where Kipling is, where I'm from, it's southeast, basically, down the number 48, number 9, head south.
13 Highway, junction of 9 and 13.
Junction of 9 and 13. So this is Ray. I've known Ray for, I don't know.
How long have you been coming to the drive-in?
Well, actually, when Scott and I first started dating, but you didn't own it at the time.
Oh, wow.
So we've been around for a long time, but you probably got to know us when you took over.
Yeah, 97 we took it over.
Okay, so yes, probably because Nicholas would have been 2.
Wow, there you
and
go.
we would have been coming to the drive-in. So Ray owns the Prairie Dog Drive-In as well as the Performance Realty. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, nice to be here, Penny.
Thanks.
That's awesome. You're one of our, what do you call that? Best drive-in theater customers.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And so the drive-in actually brought us back here in 97. My wife and I were living in Winnipeg, and we arrived here when our daughter, right about this time of year, was born. Actually, Simone was born April 26th, 1997. And when we got here, she was 2 weeks old. That's when we started running the drive-in.
Really?
She was, we had her in the projection room in the swing, and we started slinging popcorn and letting them in at the gate. And
So why the drive-in?
well, I was quite familiar with it. I had worked there as a younger lad. I actually had been engaged to the owner of the owner's daughter. Sorry,
Really?
I didn't get the girl, but I got the drive-in.
Okay, well that's pretty awesome. Maybe it's a better deal. I don't know.
It's all good, you know.
Yeah.
And so when I left Saskatchewan in 81, I went back to school in Manitoba. I did a kind of a tour of duty through Manitoba, Ottawa, back to Winnipeg. Had lots of fun. Got a college diploma in electrical engineering technology and had some great jobs. Got on the corporate treadmill, and it actually wore me out.
Yeah.
When I returned here in 97 to buy the drive-in, I felt like a wounded duck at that time, actually. I was tired. The corporate treadmill kind of wore me out at a young age.
Yeah.
And I saw the drive-in as a
way of
as an opportunity to get off the corporate treadmill. And so here we came. My wife quit her job as an ICU nurse at the Misericordia Hospital. And so she granted me the favor of buying into this.
So it was kind of like a leap of faith then, really.
It was a leap of faith. It really was, because drive-ins were closing down. And but to me, it was an opportunity. I always knew that it had always done well. The location was awesome, right at the number 9, close to the lakes. So of the 4 drive-ins that the Parabec family built, this is the last one that remains operating. One of their screens is still up in Mooseman. The Cinema 4 screen is still up.
Okay.
But the one in Shoal Lake, Manitoba, Parview, was moved to Brandon. And the one in Russell, I don't know what became of it. Windy Acres Drive-In in Russell was the first one they built. Then they built the Cinema 4 in Mooseman. And then they built Kenpar Cinema, which is now the Prairie Dog here in Carlisle. Kenpar and Parview and Shoal Lake at the same time.
Wow.
They were very entrepreneurial and hardworking and aggressive, and so yeah, we were fortunate to purchase the theater and take the ball and run. You know, the family had done a nice job continually operating it, and so
I just love it because it's something I grew up with as a child, because being from Grenfell, we had Wolseley's, right? So right now, is there only 2 drive-ins left in Saskatchewan?
you know, there's more than that, but
Oh,
we
is
don't
there?
tell them where they
Okay,
are. No, I'm kidding. I think there's us, Prairie Dog Drive-In. There's the Wolseley, run by the Zaba family. That's the what's the name of it?
Twilight.
The Twilight Drive-In in Wolseley. There's the Jubilee Drive-In in Manitou.
Oh.
No, in Manitou Springs, in Watrous.
Oh, okay.
It's still running. And the Kyle Drive-In, or whatever it's called, in Kyle, Saskatchewan. Prairie. I've never been to it. I've never been to the Jubilee Drive-In or the one in Kyle.
So do you have any really cool movies coming, like Mario?
You know what? I'm kind of handing that off to the girls, so I couldn't tell you what's playing, but I would, however, like to bring in as a fundraiser a man called Otto with Tom Hanks,
Tom Hanks.
or Champions with Matthew McConaughey. No, with Woody Harrelson.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen either one of them.
Both
so.
are great pictures. You know what I like about the movie industry? What I do like about the movie industry is there are some inspirational films out there. You got to really dig to find them. There's a lot of junk too, which... Anyways, so those are two films that I'd like to bring in to do a fundraiser.
I didn't get to the driving because I didn't know if you showed it. The one with Mr. Rogers. Did you play that one? That was a really good film.
That was off our season, so yeah, that was a great picture too.
That was amazing.
They did a good job with that.
Yeah.
So
what movie's playing for May Long Weekend, do you know?
I don't even know.
Wow. So as the girls, your daughters or your wife or who's
the girls and my wife, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I've done my time, 26 years. So
Do your girls live around here then?
they're not too far away. One's a teacher.
Oh.
One's in Beanfate and one's a teacher, so she gets her summers off, and I'm encouraging her to do more with the theater.
Give her that entrepreneur spirit.
Yeah, and you know what? Hollywood's not making it easy for the movie industry. They're not my favorite people, actually. They kind of, Anyways, don't
Okay.
tell them that.
Okay, I won't.
Anyways, that's all good. You just have to be creative. That's why in the cities, you got to pay $30 for a bag of popcorn because they don't leave you much at the gate.
No. I never thought of that.
Yeah, so... Anyways, you know what? It's we've enjoyed running it. We do enjoy running it. It's great for the area, and I love using the screen for advertising.
You do a good job of that.
Raising funds for good causes like the Kenosi Boys and Girls Camp. We'll part of the shtick is the Boys and Girls Camp. We have sponsors that sponsor funds to keep the camp going, and so we give them a sponsorship ad on the big screen of the drive-in and to acknowledge their generosity, and it's just
It's that's fabulous because you do a couple a year, don't you? Fundraisers there.
usually one at the beginning and
One at the end.
maybe one in the end, depending on what's going on.
Yeah. Cool. So why don't you tell us about your other business?
You know what? I am such a lucky duck that I have had the opportunity to purchase, take ownership, or take over businesses that women have started. Like the drive-in, when I purchased it, Mr. Parabeck had passed, so it was being run by Mabel, so we bought that from Mabel. It was a kind of a going concern that we were able to take on and give our own flair. And then Performance Realty, I had the fortunate opportunity of working with Merrill Renault and purchasing it from her as they retired and moved out to BC. And Merrill had a terrific business going. Performance Realty was initially Kenosi Lake Properties. I think Bruce Norsworthy was involved, and Ken Colpitz, and there was another guy that I can't quite remember. And then Merrill took it over. It morphed into Performance Realty, and then when I took it over, I saw no reason to rebrand it because it, was recognized. And so
when did you take over it?
In 2014, I came over here. 2015, I think I became the owner of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're almost at 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a fun ride.
Yeah, so what do you like about it?
You know what? It's when we moved here in 97, I wanted to get my license, but we were busy putting bread on the table. That's when our girls were young, so I didn't get my license since till 2011. But what I like about it now is, every day is an adventure. You meet so many people. You make lifelong friends. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it. I like being able to mentor young realtors, have them on our team, and work together. I got an amazing team of young realtors right now.
So who do you have?
They're all top class people, community minded. It's kind of what we like to do is, support the communities we live in, and they challenge me, I challenge them. It's really quite a bit of fun, actually.
I can imagine, though, one of the best parts would be seeing people getting to new homes, into their dream homes.
Very much so. Saturday I had opportunity where a lady, she said, I need to find a retirement home. Had the one that took her to it, and that was Saturday. Saturday she called. That's the home for me.
Really?
And so by Saturday it was done, actually. Yeah, so we're just in the process of
Nice.
getting that transferred to her. Yeah, lots of happy people at times.
Well, I mean, that's the best time to be with people, right? When they're finding their goals finally coming true.
Yeah, and there's sad times too when they're selling a property that means a lot to them. They're sad but glad that sometimes you just got to move on, right? But the people you meet and the friendships you make are outstanding. Yeah, like you say, you're with them at some very crucial times in their lives.
Yeah, some highs and lows.
Yeah, and right now, what's going on is we're targeted towards the farm sector. We were at Moose Mountain Ag Days in Arcola.
Arcola, yeah.
Moose Mountain Ag Days in Arcola, which was an amazing event, and we're hoping to take this to Agribition this fall. But we have done farmland, and we see ourselves as the emerging farm experts.
Good for you.
We've got lots of experience. We've got some great associates that have awesome ag experience. So, and that's part of the, being able to bring a full package. And so from farm to town to resort, that's kind of our tagline, and that's where we're going.
So now you can put the cowboy hat on.
Well, I'm not much of a cowboy, but I'll put it on. I'll pull it out for Agribition again. We got a Bernie Brown picture there, which, you know what? Hats off to the Cowboys. I mean, that ranching, I grew up on a mixed farm, and hey, farming is a lot of work, and hats off to the farm. So that's what we're doing right now with some of our social media, is we're doing a tribute to our ag and farm community.
Okay.
And lo and behold, this guy here, I found this guy in Mazatlan this winter, and when I came across him, it immediately took me to my childhood. There was my dad pounding iron and just doing whatever it took to make things happen, to keep the farm going, to keep the equipment. These guys had to be so resourceful. And what is really inspiring to me is that the word no and can't was not in their vocabulary.
That's exactly right.
They did what they had to do, and they worked frickin' hard. Hard. When my sister saw this, she said, "Oh my gosh, there's Dad." I says, "Yeah, but I never saw Dad. He never took the time to put an apron on.
He was just in his work clothes."
It was go. But So anyways, I call this guy Make It Happen. And that's a tribute to the farm and ag community. There's a lot on their shoulders, and they're having some pretty good times right now, and hats off to them, because
it's a lot of people that live in the cities don't realize where their foods come from or how much work goes in, because those guys are out there 16, 18 hours when it's seeding and harvest, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're so lucky to be in this area. We got a great farm community, successful guys that and it's not just grunt and brawn anymore. There's a lot of smarts to it. I mean, it has gone high tech. And I know my dad, as he was aging, he was very progressive. He had, implemented the cat tractors, and he had set up a feed lot with automatic conveyor belt. So, I mean, they have had to adapt to a lot of changes, and it's just like everything. You got to get on that train, or
Or you're going to be falling behind.
yeah.
Did you farm around here?
Our
Around
farm
Prairie?
was 11 miles south of Manor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's one of our old tractors up there, the old Oliver. Farmhand. You would see there's tons of those out there. And of course the horse that didn't make it.
We would have lots of the old equipment. Well, we did on the farm until recently, until we cleaned some of it up. Because, well, we run a heavy duty auto mechanic at the farm,
okay.
that you get lots of leftovers when people don't want to
Right.
pick them up either. So, yeah. But it's nice to see those old things. Oh, no, it's not here. It's, where do they do the threshing? Was that Woda?
They do, yeah. The
Yes.
Wilsons and Wawota do a threshing
Yes.
thing,
I want to
yeah.
go to that.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be really,
Yeah.
really cool to see.
Kevin and his dad. Anyways, they do a
Yeah.
really good thing there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we have lots of cool things in Saskatchewan. You know, people, oh yeah, we just fly over Saskatchewan. But, you know, we have such unique things that you're not going to find anywhere else.
You know, Community Futures just did a Southeast Explorer video. God, it was awesome. Hang on. Explore Southeast Sask. www.exploresoutheastsask.ca.
Okay.
What an awesome video.
Really?
And I was talking to Natalie Miller at the Carlisle office. She had just got back from SUMA, and she mentioned that the premier has a video that he takes with him when he goes and does his promotes Saskatchewan trips. She said, which was amazing as well. So, you know what, Saskatchewan is a awesome place to be.
Exactly. Talking about Community Futures, you do, like, you're taking a class right now with them?
I'm just finishing my 9th year on the board.
Wow.
And I am doing their course called Destination Creation. It's a 4-week thing, Wednesday mornings from 9 to noon. I've just been in the first one last week, and what I see I really like. A lot of our people in Carlisle have taken it, like the trees, the girls from the Lotus Tree over here, Ken King at Ken King's department store, Michael have taken it. It's an awesome course. It just it gives you an opportunity to just kind of look back and see what you got and kind of position your business or your enterprise or your whatever it is you've got to position it so it's very unique, and it positions you get the word gets out and it travels, so you become a destination business.
That's really interesting. I like that idea.
It's very good.
So do you have a Community Futures in Carlisle?
So Community Futures, the head office is in Weyburn.
Okay.
Our new lender, Leanne Porter, is out of Wawota. And I think we're looking at getting some office space in Mooseman. And then we have an economic development lady, Christina Birch.
I've met Christina. She's an amazing lady.
She's out of Redvers. She's top notch. And Andrea Brady is the GM. She's out of Weyburn. Really good organization. Teresa Lafoy, she's the outgoing lending gal. She's done awesome work. So hats off to all those ladies.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to learn more about them. I know in Kipling they're starting to work with the town, and I just love entrepreneurs, and I love getting them started. So anything I can learn, I soak up because it's kind of a passion of mine. So, well, I actually 3 of us started a Kipling Entrepreneur Group in Kipling, and we were trying to attract new businesses to town, and we had a Kipling's Big Idea, and so it was kind of like a Dragon's Den idea where we had people come in and pitch their business ideas, and the credit union sponsored and gave first prize, second prize, and third, and we had a few, like 3 new businesses, I think 3 or 4 new businesses start.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, sure, a couple didn't pan out in the way that because they moved away or whatever, but you know, we just have to think outside the box to how we normally do business, right?
Yeah.
because things are changing
Yeah.
very quickly. And,
You know what? We got a lot here. You just need to adapt and
Mm-hmm.
position it and make her rock and roll.
Yeah, because Carlisle's a very nice little town.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we're spending time at the Moose Mountain Provincial Park, we come to the drive-in or we come to visit Ken and Michael, right, and check out the new furniture store.
Mm-hmm. Fireside Furniture.
Who owns that one again?
Carly Glosser's the go-to gal, and she's got some great associates there. Rhonda House, Young Genties gal.
They have beautiful furniture there.
Yeah,
I
they're-
bought a couple pieces.
They're doing a
there.
great job.
Yeah, yeah. It's
So-
really nice to see a small town, get new business versus it going out of town, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
And hats off, like Redverse has a new chamber coming up here that they're doing great work. Natasha Poirier is currently the chair, and you know what? They're active. They're trying things. They're getting together. They're collaborating. Carlisle actually, their chamber had kind of gone by the wayside during COVID, and there's a couple gals that are spearheading getting it up and running. Thank goodness it's
Done. Well,
a distant memory, hopefully.
I hope so. And yeah.
Yeah, when it hit here, I couldn't believe it. I thought we were done. The streets were bare. You could roll a bowling ball from the highway. Mm-hmm. And I thought, wow, we might as well roll up the carpet and go home. But you know what? On the real estate side of things, the exact opposite happened. It was wild.
Right.
All of a sudden, it changed the world. All of a sudden, people were working from home, and things like Zoom and different apps showed up that all of a sudden you could work from home. Mm-hmm. And so technology adapted very well, but it sure created people were nesting, and they found that their nests weren't big enough. And so all of a sudden they were buying resort property. They needed out of their nest. And
Yes.
so we didn't see that coming.
Right. It would have kept you on the ball.
It really created a need for real estate. People were upgrading the larger homes. They were adding a second home. So
Do you find many people are you're talking about second homes, like
resort property.
So are you selling, you're seeing lots of people wanting to buy resort properties?
We're so lucky to have a great resort area. The Moose Mountain Provincial Park, Kenosi Lake, White Bear First Nation. We got some awesome properties up there. Kenosi's got a great group called the Moose Mountain Water Resource Group. They've done amazing work to focus on keeping the lake full. Mm-hmm. You wonder how can you keep the lake full? Well, there's things that they can do like beaver bounties, because the beavers do hold back water up in the hills, and so there's some great groups that are focused on.
There's some beautiful homes down there too.
There is. It's an amazing place to be.
When we're driving around in the summertime, we always see, Performance Realty. So you do a lot of work there.
Yeah, actually, we have a home there, and
Oh, I didn't realize that.
yeah, we've got a lake home there, and we do get up there, and I kind of use it as my office space up there as well.
Good for you.
Yeah,
May as well enjoy it while it's not that far away, right?
love Kenosi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what else was I going to tell you? I was going to tell you about the drive-in
Yeah.
during COVID.
Oh, yeah.
So when COVID hit, the government had mandated everything shut down, and then it was springtime. Okay, well, should be time to start the drive-in here. Well, no. They had shut that down too, but would there have been a perfect place to go during COVID? So anyways, hats off to Mr. Don Zaba at the Wolseley Drive-In. He rolled his sleeves up and got the ears of a few of our MLAs, and it actually allowed us to open up. So that was all fine and dandy, but the product wasn't there because Hollywood stopped making movies. And so we contracted with, and actually there was a highlight done at the time of that COVID season, and I think CJME had called me up for a take about what I thought about it. I said, well, I likened, he said, you're still operating? Yeah, I kind of liken it to the movie Forrest Gump, when it was like a perfect storm, right? Just by dumb luck, Forrest went out and he survived the storm, and at the end of it shows the scene where everything is decimated, and here comes Forrest and his shrimp boat, and all of a sudden he's the only guy shrimping, and then lo and behold, Bubba Shrimp Company starts up,
Yep,
right?
yep.
I kind of liken that with the driving. We were able to survive through the slump, and
And I think it really
maybe with a bit of dumb luck, who knows?
well, it helped people get out because I know we came a few times, right, just to get out of the house, right? Because you're not like, where are you gonna go? When we talk about Kenosee or Moose Mountain Provincial Park, you also sail. You do a lot of sailing.
I love sailing. So I started sailing in 1984 in Pinawa, Manitoba, on the Winnipeg River, on a sailboard. I bought a windsurfer from one of my coworkers, and gosh, plop, plop, plop. I just kept at it. And anyways, it's a little bit like riding a bike. Once you get a feel for sailing and knowing what to do, it gets into your blood. At least it did mine. And I was always fascinated by the power of the wind and how, you could harness that. And it was awesome. So in 94, I purchased a 26-foot Chrysler single-mast sloop on Lake of the Woods in Ontario. And I was courting my wife then, had very minimal training to sailing a sloop. I knew how to windsurf. So we pushed off the dock, and away we went. My wife's still recovering from PTSD. She hasn't come sailing with me too often yet.
No? Oh.
Yeah, I scared the heck out of myself, so I scared her too, because Lake of the Woods is a big lake and it's got lots of low-lying reef. But now here we are in Kenosee.
Yeah, you're still a little safer.
It's all good. I'm heading out to the island to sail this week.
Nice.
I'll be sailing with a young fellow by the name of Jamie Young out of Cowichan Bay. He's got a beautiful 32-foot Pacific Sea craft, and we're just going for a day sail, but it'll be awesome. Jamie's a great guy.
And your wife's not going with you?
She's not coming.
No. I might not blame her. Well, that's good. So how long is the trip for? Like, do you go for the whole day out?
It's just a day sail, so I'll bring lunch and we'll meet probably at 10 and set off from Cowichan Bay and head into the... we won't be getting off far offshore, but we'll have an awesome day sail.
Nice.
The weather looks great. And,
cool. That's really good.
He moors it. He's got kind of a similar setup as what I've got at the lake here. My boat is moored. I've got a 25-foot Catalina single-mast sloop, and it's moored at the Kenosee Boys and Girls Camp on Father Banga's anchor.
That's
and
cool.
so we use it to raise monies for the camp, do intro to sales, and our sponsors are offered a luxury cruise on the beautiful Kenosee.
Well, that's pretty cool.
You know what? It is awesome. It's
That's
a
pretty
win-win
awesome,
thing.
Yeah.
Thingy dingy.
So how many tours do you do? Like how many?
As many as possible.
Oh, good. Okay.
As many as time and weather permits. So
And you're the captain then?
El Capitan.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
We're in safe hands.
Sail at your own risk.
Well, at least there's not a lot of waves on.
You know what?
Kenosee.
It's pretty safe. I've done quite a bit of training off the coast of Vancouver Island, and I think I've got day skipper, competent crew. I'm working on my navigation, but you don't need much navigation on Kenosee Lake.
No.
You got to be wary of the old boat launch in Manitoba, at the end of Manitoba Street.
Oh.
There's some low-lying reef there. That's pretty shallow in there. I know that firsthand.
Oh, did you get stuck?
Well,
A little. You got out though.
we're fine.
Well, there you go.
It hurts the ego a little bit when you do
Well,
something stupid like that, but anyways.
Live and learn, right? You'll just take a wider berth next time.
I do.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, that's about the site. Yeah, if someone in the audience that would like to experience sailing and do an intro to sail, I can provide a little bit of instruction and whatnot. And
So do you teach it then?
not formally,
Yeah.
but as we go for a sail, I will share what I know and, the dynamics of why this boat is moving forward and stuff. Basically, it's a vertical airplane wing. As an airplane flies, it's based on the Bernoulli principle, but take the wing and just turn it vertically, and it creates forces as the wind goes by, and it pulls you forward. You've got a rudder underneath that keeps you on line, and your rudder, of course, to to chart a course. And
I might have to come try.
You know what? I'd love to take you sailing, Jenny.
We could do a little video out there for you.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, well, that'd be awesome. Cool. I'd like that. Yeah, and I really hope that this summer that we could sneak into the drive-in.
Well, don't sneak into the drive-in.
I'll pay you to get in the drive-in.
Penny,
I'll get in the
come on
now.
Don't be sneaking into the drive-in.
And then we could do like a little show everybody at your drive-in. I love to do that.
Yeah.
It brings lots of memories back.
We can put you up on the big screen if you like.
Oh no, we don't do that. You're the star. You're the star. That's what it's all about. So no, that'd be awesome. Well, thank you so much for
Penny, a pleasure. Thank you very much.
I really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So anyway, we'll catch you next time. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next time. Bye.
Cheers. Thanks, Penny.